Hi there, this is Arakai Moon with Star Siren Astrology coming to this incredibly potent super new moons in Virgo. She is actually the closest super moon that we will have all of 2019. Therefore, the moon is viscerally felt by us here on Earth more powerfully. So the medicine of the moon is that much more potent. And when we have a moment precious like this, when she comes really close to Earth, and she's new, bringing us into a deep place of going inside, refining and really connecting to our deep internal rhythms. It's a powerful moment. The fact that she's in Virgo, the other facts that she's with the sun and Mars and Venus, Mars and Venus conjuncting. It's like masculine and feminine dance with the moon and the sun. It's like polarities and mirroring of worlds and relationships coming all together in Virgo with Juno and Mercury. Juno rules our commitment, our ability to commit and be in relationship. Marriage. Mercury is the mind, it is communication, it is our ability to decipher and connect and to integrate. And it rules Virgo, so it's in its place. This is a moment where we are literally starting a new chapter with our relationship to this archetype. They are all in the beginning degrees of Virgo. The sun and the moon are conjuncting at 6 degrees in Virgo on August 30th for this new moon. They are exactly trining Uranus in Taurus, Saturn in Capricorn. So we have this beautiful Earth trine, really bringing this portal of Earth, of practicality, of manifestation, of body. Getting into your body, this is profound for our relationship with our body and our value system. This is profound for our relationships. To have Mars and Venus right there, right next to the sun and the moon dancing, with Uranus trining it, bringing in sudden, electrifying insights, new relationships, revitalizing long-term relationships, clarifying, releasing as well, shaking up the foundations and the patterns. And we also have Neptune and Black Moon Lilith in Pisces opposing all of that Virgo. All of our planets, our inner planets, all of our internal planets are in Virgo. And we have Neptune and Black Moon Lilith, this desire for spirit, this desire for magic and worship and connection coming together to oppose it, giving us this dance between the Virgo-Pisces polarity with this Earth of Saturn and Uranus to aspect it and trine it and support it. This is strong. This is just straight up strong medicine. And yet, I think it's really supportive. Like, it's actually, we have some of the hard planets trining to really support. We have Neptune and Black Moon Lilith opposing, creating that tension, creating that dichotomy within the self, but it's bringing in the deep longing for spirit and worship. It's revealing places where we're addicted. It's bringing in the places where we're seeking that fulfillment inside of the other. What is that other that you've created as your portal to the divine? What is that deep longing of Pisces to be in service, to be in connection, to be in intimacy, to be in the magic? It's a beautiful longing, but how we go about it is powerful. How we go about it is crucial. And that Virgo That Virgo is like, this is how you go about it. This is exactly what Virgo and all of our ego right now, all of those planets, all those internal planets are asking us to bring our masculine, our feminine, our inner, our outer, our mind, our relationships, all to a hyper focus of how we are going about creating that relationship to the divine, creating that portal of connection. This is about getting clear with our intentions and our desires. This is about purifying ourselves. This is about really listening to the body, watching the way we spend our money, watching what does your daily routine reflect. Does it show what you're feeding? How are our relationships mirroring to show us what is your value system? What are you devoted to? Like the beauty of Virgo, to me the beauty of Virgo is devotion. It is that priestess, the desires to do the work, to devote and give itself fully into the craft, into the service, and separate the wheat from the shaft, discern what needs to be released. You know, it's a really interesting archetype because it's the last of the individual archetypes. You know, all the way from Aries to Leo, it's like me and my, and I want to self-actualize and I want to express. And then we get into Virgo and it's like, wait, I need to really take this art, I need to take these gifts, I need to take this passion and this fire, and I need to make it into an offering. I need to make it into a perfect vessel for spirit to flow through. I need to prepare myself for Libra. I need to prepare myself to be in relationship with the other. Because once we get to Libra, then all Libra through Pisces is all about the other. It's about service and transcendental experiences outside of the self. And so Virgo is that moment in our consciousness, in our evolutionary stage of development, that we get to that place where it's like, I need to go in, I need to perfect, I need to master, so that I may be in relationship, so that I may offer something that is valuable, practical, useful to the collective, to spirit. What's so powerful about that is that Virgo is this cycle before we get to the equinox. And then we come to the place of, okay, what are we still feeding? What are we tending to? What are we letting go of? And we get really clear. It's in preparation, but it is also a culmination. It is also seeing what you've been building, what you've been working for, letting the energy and the medicine of Virgo create mastery, fine-tune, detox, listen to your body. And also, because of that Mars and Venus there, it adds this extra dynamic of look at the mirroring relationships. Look at those relationships and how they are reflecting to you. What do you need to change? What's working and what's not? Really interesting. There's a lot of relationships right now that seem to be coming up to a point of feeling that desire, feeling that you know, longing for connection, that longing for like merging intimacy, right? And then finding that it's not there, or that it's disappointed, or that something's happening. And it causes us to go inside of ourselves and be like, okay, what part of me, what part of my own inner work needs to happen in order for myself to be fulfilled, in order to source that deep connection inside and internal. And then there's also a part of these relationships that are like, this is not working. Are your relationships propelling you down a path and fueling that path of your spiritual development. It's a really tricky place, because sometimes those deep reflections can actually reveal the place that you're sourcing outside, or that you're projecting, or that you're avoiding and you're pushing away. You know, those reflections of relationships can really shine a light on those places, that we can do more self-work, that we can devote more. You know, I really notice it in my own relationships. Like, I want Pisces, I want intimacy, I want merging. Connect with me, give me love. And then it's like, okay, coming back to the self, how have I been tending my own relationship to my own spirits, to my own guides? How is my daily practice cultivating that relationship to spirit and that relationship to myself? And where are the parts that I'm like, hey, this is a boundary, this is what I need? Invite our relationships to meet us there, or get the clarity of Virgo that learns how to make the right discernments and boundaries, and knows how to let go, that knows what is truly serving your path. It's a time of getting really clear. You know, we've had a lot pulling us in different directions, bringing up all this really deep trauma and needs that are so easy to project onto others. And this is a time of drawing in, getting clear. That doesn't mean meeting all of your own needs and self-sacrificing, killing the ego and all the desires forever. It just means getting clear on which ones are a part of your devotion, are a part of that path, and which ones are illusion, which ones are coming from that addictive Pisces, coming from that victimized Pisces. You know, so this is a beautiful opportunity to bring that Virgo, Pisces parts of ourselves into this dance of alignment within the polarity. And a beautiful way to do that, I see, is that a beautiful way to do that is to make sure our body, to make sure our relationships, our practical daily routine, our work, our craft is really bringing us into alignment with spirit, is bringing us in ultimately to that deep connection. You know, this is one of my favorite ways to feel the Pisces Virgo axes inside of myself, and that's when I'm playing music. You know, I sing and I go into this immediate trance where I'm just like, eyes are rolled in the back of my head and I'm just singing, and it's like the honey nectar of spirit, and the stars open up and like fall down on me. It's like utterly delicious, you know. And I have this deep desire to be able to play with other musicians. I have a deep desire to create music in a way that I can share it in a bigger way. And to do that, I need like music to accompany me. And so I've been playing and I've been practicing the hung drum and my frame drum and the flutes for so long. And every time I'm playing the frame drum, if I'm doing this super simple rhythm, I can like ding, 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 just transform and transcend into Pisces angelic vocal land. But as soon as I start to do complex rhythms, I'm like focusing on that, and then I get out of the trance. And then I get frustrated because I'm like, no, I'm here for the trance. You know, I'm here for that worship feeling. I'm pretty much just here for the trance. I'm here for the realms of Pisces. That's what I'm all about. And yet there's this huge call for my soul to evolve Virgo. I'm a Virgo rising. It's here to say, how can you keep that rhythm, that structure, that container? How do you keep a solid root so that your spirit can expand even more. You know, to me, that's one of the most beautiful gifts that ayahuasca has been able to offer me, is that you can ground in, be hyper present, hyper embodied, while opening into a full transcendental, expansive state of consciousness. And that is the dance that we're on in life, and that is the dance that is being highlighted right now. So it is, how do you bring yourself into that hyper earth practicality, realism, hyper focus, while still maintaining that pure connection to expand and to transcend. And that takes some discipline. That takes work and practice. And that is the beautiful medicine that Virgo has to offer us. You know? And it is only in its shadow where that work and that practicality and that focus in on I gotta do the things, and I gotta like detox, and I gotta fix myself, and I am not ready yet, and you know, that can really overwhelm the Pisces, the desire underneath it to worship and to be in connection into that spirit. And that's when it dies. That's when the prayer dies. That's when everything we do becomes religious and contorted. That's when the ballerina forgets why she chose to dance in the first place. And that is not true Virgo. That is Virgo in its overwhelm. That is Virgo moving from a place of fear of not being worthy to exist. And those are the places where we have to breathe our power back into ourselves. Realize, where are we scattering our energy? Where are we expending and talking and moving around so much out of a need? That Pisces can really expand into the point of like just giving itself out to the dilution, you know, to where it dilutes its potency. Virgo calls us to come back into our potency. So being really clear on where you're putting your fire, where you're tending your seeds, and how you're doing it. Bring that precision in so that your words drop down like seeds that can root, that can sprout, that can grow, that can blossom. And you can tend it with your consciousness. And into that it can expand. You know, that's a little abstract, but practice it with your life. Practice it in every moment. Find the ways this month where you can truly hone in on yourself. How can you bring hyper-awareness and consciousness into these things while still experiencing the rapture, the feeling? That is where the magic is. That's where the sweet spot is. Find those places inside of your music, inside of whatever you're doing, that is your form of music, that is your craft, where you can still create this solid root and container and see yourself transform inside of that. See yourself open and then draw yourself back in, that open expansion and contraction. And that expansion and contraction can have all these wounds around it, can have a reaction, react, and, you know, or we can do all these things, or it can have this beautiful ebb and flow. And I think that's what that Virgo Pisces wants, is to bring us into this natural ebb and flow, this natural focus, surrender, let go of control, but bring focus in. Also ground yourself, give yourself discipline in the way that truly supports you. Because this could be a time where a lot is rising up. So how are we going to meet those deep oceans of Pisces and Neptune opposing that moon, that deep, deep, deep new moon? How are we going to meet all that it brings up? Are we going to meet it with consciousness? Or are we going to be grabbing and trying to fill? So with that, may this energy of Virgo, this earth trine that is coming down as a portal, a focus of manifesting, of bringing it into our body, may this be a blessing to you in what you are creating. May this bring real solid clarity to how to move forward, to really devote yourself to your path. Really devote yourself to what it is that you're creating, what seeds you've been tending and watering, and watch them blossom and bloom. And know when to pick them, when to savor them, know when to put them away, know how to organize your life, know how to direct your energy with clarity and precision. Allow that Uranus and Taurus to keep bringing lightning bolts of revolution and insight, to keep bringing shockwaves, gentle shockwaves of illumination to what you value, to how your body and your relationship to money, what you're spending, how can that be an illumination of what it is that you're growing? Is your money and your energy and your time and your fire going into the right places that are going to grow the garden that you want? Or are you left spending or distracting or reaching or grabbing or avoiding or hiding, fleeing? Let that Pisces truly be touched. And the only way it can be touched is if you allow the foundations and your relationship with your body and what you value to resonate that self-worth and to bring you in to that connection to spirit, to bring you in connection and alignment with your path and your soul's purpose. May you be so blessed on this super new moon. Open up to the illumination and the essence that she offers. Get clear on your intentions and your prayers and who you're allied with, so that when that portal opens, 3 days before the new moon, 3 days after, that portal is strong, and a lot can come in psychically, energetically, and with Virgo, physically. Watch your physical body. Honor and nourish it. Pay attention to what you need to change. Love yourself enough to do it, to make those changes. And love yourself enough to get clear and be a guardian in that new moon portal. There's so much talk about her being this reptilian space satellite, whatever, but the moon rules our waters and our tides and our hormones. It also rules the occipital lobe, our reptilian part of our brain, our instinctual brain. It rules our attachment styles and our ability to be nourished. That is a powerful place to be healed and drawn into deep connection, or a powerful place for avoidance and anxiousness and psychic overwhelm. Just like any incredible psychedelic portal, those openings can be profound, but you have to be grounded in your sovereignty, in your connection and in your body, so that what you open to is of highest service. Don't get lost in fear and projections. Don't get overtaken by all the other things that open up to. Be clear with your own vibration and maintain your body and your field for a container of magic and to open you into deeper connection. Speak to the moon. I invite you to speak and sing to her, because like the connection and the actual relationship that we can open into when we sit and humble ourselves in the moments when she's new and when she's full is really nothing short than life-changing. So, blessings.